Good evening, good evening, good evening. Today is still Friday, October 10th, 2025, back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I took a lifeguard class when I was younger, right? Used to swim a lot, loved to swim. I know it's hard to believe black people swimming, but so I took a lifeguard class. And one of the lessons I remember being taught, when you see somebody in the water drowning, you gotta be careful how you approach them when you're coming out to save them. You don't swim directly in front of them because they'll grab you because they're panicking. They'll grab you while you're trying to save them, and they'll drown you in the process too because they're panicking. You're supposed to come up behind them and grab them from the back and bring them back in. Or like if you're on the beach, you had a little floater thing, but I wasn't on the beach. But anyway, you're supposed to come up behind them, right? You got to be careful on your approach to not let them grab you while they're panicking and take you under too. In other words, they don't mean no harm. They ain't trying to hurt you. They don't know no better. They panicking. And you being a rational thought, you thinking clearly, you got to think in this situation because they ain't able to think right now because they're fighting for their life in their minds. And that's what we have going on right now. There's a certain group of us that are panicking right now because they feel like we're drowning, we're dying. This country, America, we're going under. And then there's others of us that see that the country is drowning, but we're trying to save it. We're the lifeguards. Right now, the liberal is the one that's panicking, floundering. And if you ain't careful, they'll take you under with them. Then you have the people like me, the conservative/independent person, mapping this thing out carefully, seeing what we need to do to get this country back on track. But if we ain't careful, that liberal that's drowning, that we trying to save too, will drown us in the process while we trying to save them. Because you know if we save the country, the liberal live in the country, we're going to save them too. The country is drowning. The liberal is, they part of the country too. Liberal, conservative, we're in the same country. We're all drowning. But some of us pretty much know or have a better idea of how to get out of this situation. And some of us just flopping around panicking. That's the liberal. So as we go out here to try to save them, you got to be careful how you approach the drowning person or they will drown you too. Right now, the liberal have lost their minds. They're in desperation mode. And they're panicking, fighting for their life, and they're dangerous. Here's an example.
Every last ICE agent dies.
Say what?
I hope every last ICE agent dies. I hope every last ICE agent dies.
Liberalism is a mental disorder. First of all, you can look at that guy and tell he's zesty. Second of all, I hope somebody go find him. Any government agency that here to go find that dude, please. If I knew where he was, I'm snitching. ICE works for us, the American people. ICE is working to get illegal immigrants out of here. You only have a problem with it, you sick, twisted person, The only reason you got a problem with it is because of who's doing it. Because this guy we have in office now is not the first one to know that we got to get them people out of here. We can't have illegal immigration running loose. Where was this same energy when your boy said it? When your boy was about that smoke? When your boy was throwing their ass out of here like 90 going south? I didn't hear no Democrats complaining, no liberal, and I know because I was one then. Who was your boy? Obama. The deporter in chief. The same thing Trump doing now, Obama did. Y'all was quiet. No. We was quiet. Because I was a Democrat then. And I knew he was doing what needed to be done. Get him out of here. But now, you want your own people. When you say ICE, you know you're talking about Americans, right? They work for us. Are you crazy? Have you lost your damn mind? I ain't gonna say what he is. You can look at him. You gotta be careful about talking about them folks. You can look at him and pretty much tell what he is. And I told y'all, the only men nowadays that are still Democrats, let me just say, they ain't the most masculine fella in the world. I'm gonna leave it at that. I couldn't believe it when I heard that. And he able to say it. So now, since you got such a problem, and you love illegal immigrants so much, and y'all running around complaining that ICE is detaining black people, you know why? Your president, Joe Biden, your party, the Democrats, allow illegal immigrants to flood into this country by the millions. And you know what they pushed them off to? The black neighborhoods, the black community. That's where they are. I was watching an interview once when I was probably about 18, 19 years old. A guy had robbed a bank. And the reporter was asking him, why did you rob the bank? He said, because that's where the money at. So, if ICE is looking for illegal immigrants, and the illegal immigrants are in the black communities, wouldn't it only make sense that ICE will go to the black communities? Because that's where the immigrants are? Because that's where your boy Joe Biden pushed them? They're not out there. Why would ICE invade the upscale white communities looking for illegal immigrants when they know that the illegal immigrants are not out there? They're looking for illegal immigrants. They know the Biden administration and the Democrat mayors in Chicago and places like that, they dumped them all in the black community. So now you got somebody here that's trying to get them out of here. Where they gonna go? To where they at? Why would you rob the bank? Because that's where the money at. Why would ICE be in the black community looking for illegal immigrants? Because that's where they at. They're not in the upscale white neighborhoods. You want to catch fish? You got to go to the water, the ocean, the lake, the river. You ain't gonna catch fish in the bathtub. Only a liberal wouldn't get that. So now, the complaint is they're detaining black people though. They're looking for illegal immigrants while they're detaining black people. You know you got some black illegal immigrants too, right? Wherefore they look like us, but they're not from here. Jamaicans, Haitians, you got all kinds of, they ain't all Pablo them and Julio, okay? So now, If they don't know who all here is illegal immigrants, when we raid a place, everybody in here, we gotta ask questions. We can't just look at you, well, oh, he's black, he's an American. No. They detaining everybody, asking questions. Who are you? Where you from? Where were you born? Do you have ID? Here's my ID, sir. My name is Big Water Jeans from YouTube. Oh, you can go. They are detaining black people when they do a raid. If the black people happen to be in an area where there's a bunch of illegal immigrants, they're detaining everybody until they sort through and figure out who is who. Then, you know what they do after that? When they see that these are Americans, they let them go. Y'all leaving out that part. All y'all saying is they're detaining black people. That's because the black people are what the raids are taking place, because that's what illegal immigrants are. Because Joe Biden and the Biden administration allowed these illegal immigrants to flood the black community. So now when you're trying to get them out of here, you got to go to the black community to get them out. Because that's where they live in. You ain't got to be a rocket scientist to figure that out. But you can't be a liberal either, because they ain't going to figure that out. Unless it's their guy in the office that's doing it, Obama. Did you say Obama, Big Ward? Yes. Watch this.
I continue to believe that the best way to solve this problem is by working together to pass that kind of common sense law. But until that happens, there are actions I have the legal authority to take as president, the same kinds of actions taken by Democratic and Republican presidents before me, that will help make our immigration system more fair and more just. Tonight, I'm announcing those actions. First, we'll build on our progress at the border with additional resources for our law enforcement personnel, so that they can stem the flow of illegal crossings and speed the return of those who do cross over. Second, I'll make it easier and faster for high-skilled immigrants, graduates, and entrepreneurs to stay and contribute to our economy, as so many business leaders have proposed. Third, we'll take steps to deal responsibly with the millions of undocumented immigrants who already live in our country. I want to say more about this third issue because it generates the most passion and controversy. Even as we are a nation of immigrants, we're also a nation of laws. Undocumented workers broke our immigration laws, and I believe that they must be held accountable, especially those who may be dangerous. That's why over the past 6 years, deportations of criminals are up 80%. And that's why we're going to keep focusing enforcement resources on actual threats to our security. Felons, not families. Criminals, not children. Gang members, not a mom who's working hard to provide for her kids. We'll prioritize, just like law enforcement does every day. But even as we focus on deporting criminals, the fact is millions of immigrants in every state, of every race and nationality, still live here illegally. And let's be honest, tracking down, rounding up, and deporting millions of people isn't realistic. Anyone who suggests otherwise isn't being straight with you. It's also not who we are as Americans. After all, most of these immigrants have been here a long time. They work hard, often in tough, low-paying jobs. They support their families. They worship at our churches. Many of their kids are American-born or spent most of their lives here. And their hopes, dreams, and patriotism are just like ours. As my predecessor, President Bush, once put it, they are a part of American life.
In the words of Finesse 2 Times, it's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when we do it. Wasn't no problem for Obama. Everything Trump doing now, Obama did. He didn't have to use ICE because wasn't nobody bucking. Well, they use ICE. But Obama is the deporter in chief. Look it up. Google deporter in chief and see who come up. Barack Obama. Nobody deported more illegal immigrants than Obama. Those so-called separating the families and all that, Obama did that. As a matter of fact, Trump first term in office, he ain't gonna add illegal immigrants hard like he is now. Go back. He did not go after illegal immigrants his first term like he is now. Now he wide open with it. And getting a lot of resistance. That's why you gotta use ICE. Getting a lot of resistance. See, the illegal immigrants wasn't getting support from Americans during the Obama administration like they are now. Now you got Americans helping the illegal immigrants because they hate the president. Let me repeat that. Why is ICE having to do what they're doing now? But they didn't have to do it under the Obama administration. Because under the Obama administration, there were mayors like Brandon Johnson and different Gavin Newsom out there in California. It wasn't all these sanctuary cities and shit. When Obama was in office, deporting illegals, he didn't get no resistance from his own citizens. Americans was not helping the illegals when Obama was in office, deporting their ass. They supported it. Now that Trump is in office, doing the very same thing. He ain't doing nothing no different than Obama. But yet you got Americans like the little fruity dude in the first clip I played, wanting home to come to the ICE agents who are Americans doing their jobs. That's their jobs. ICE, immigration enforcement. That's the job. And you want something to happen to them for doing their damn job. He needs to be deported. If somebody know that guy, the first clip, oh, to the Little Richard. Anybody know what Little Richard is? Please report him and get his ass up out of here. I said, it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when we do it. Trump ain't doing nothing, no different. As a matter of fact, Obama did more. Trump ain't got $1 million out of here yet. Obama got millions of them out of here. Don't take my word for it. I told y'all, don't believe nothing I say. Go check it out for yourself. Compare Trump numbers to Obama numbers of deportations, getting them illegal up out of here. Y'all had no problem when Obama was doing it. I know because all the Democrats did. We ain't had no problem with it. But now the problem. They want to feed their families. They want to dead. I can't stand y'all. And that's why. And the reason I can't stand you, because I can't stand a hypocrite. Fake ass people. Just fake ass outrage. And you don't like me. And I don't give a fuck. Get it, got it good. Bye.